Is your horn tingling? Let's rub horns. Horns up, horns up, horns up, horns up, horns up. We are Unicorn Podcast.
Hey guys, welcome to the live stream. Welcome to the basement. I was, hold on a second. I'm trying to repost our live stream right now. Hold on here. Repost this, and it didn't come out quite right. Let's see. Come join us live right now. Repost this. Okay, sorry about that. Hey. And join live on YouTube, according to our lovely co-host upstairs, Susie. Is this really Uptober? I had no idea Uptober even existed until a few days ago. I don't know that it's because of October. We're going to talk about that, but I think we are in a very, very interesting position right now, in particular with this government shutdown, and I'm hearing other people talk about this. I think it's more than speculation, but I'll label it speculation that we could be in for some massive interest rate cuts. I'll tell you why as we get deeper into this video, that what's going on right now could be part of a strategy in Washington to vastly slash interest rates and to inject huge amounts of liquidity into the markets, which will be good for the overall crypto space and will be good for Unicorn Fart Dust as well. But let's go take a look at what's going on in the general markets, and then we're going to talk about some big things happening in crypto. There's an article from Coinbase that I want to share with you here in a little bit. And now we are on the CNBC website. Looks like the general markets are mixed a little bit. Let's go look at crypto. Wow. Okay, so Bitcoin up almost at 120,000. Solana at 226, doing good. Dogecoin at 0.25. You know, I happened to look at Fartcoin a little bit earlier, but you know what? But while we're out here, let's go look at the precious metals, because gold is up at 3,900. That's in the futures market. That's like the December futures contract. Silver is knocking on $48 per ounce, which is absolutely incredible. Guys, remember, silver and gold are the physical forms of crypto. So when they do well, that bodes very, very well for the crypto markets as well. As you most likely know, I was a gold and silver maxi for years. I still love gold and silver. I love Unicorn Fart Dust and crypto as well. But I can tell you that silver and gold, it's like it's just the physical form of crypto. They're decentralized, they're democratized, right? They're anti-fiat, all that good stuff. Silver and gold have about a 5,000-year head start on crypto. So they react. They're the oldest markets in the world, which makes them, I would say, a little more, I don't want to say wiser, but they, I believe, react sooner than the overall crypto market. So that's good news for crypto, I believe, as we move into these coming months, quarters, and years, and even decade, because I've said many times, we are in a stagflation environment. I hope that makes sense to you. A stagnant economy with inflation. I don't care what the official numbers say. We know living in America right now for the vast majority of people is quite difficult, right? Unless you're in the top 5, 10%, 1% of people who has a ton of money in real estate and the stock market, everybody else is suffering. So in the stagflationary environment, alternative assets like gold, silver, crypto, Unicorn Fart Dust should bode very well. And stagflation doesn't go away overnight, right? It happened last time in the 1970s, before there was anything called cryptocurrency. Trust me, I was alive back then. And those assets did extremely well during that period. So buckle up, buttercups and dusters and diamond hoof dusters, because we could be in for a wheel wide ride. A real wild ride is what I'm trying to say. And I'm going to say this briefly. You know what? Let's go take a look. I'm all over the place this morning. Thank you for being here. Let's look at our chart. I don't look at our chart very often. I've shared that with you. I look at the community because I know the community will eventually dictate the success of UFD. But I was looking this morning, and obviously back during the peak hysteria, right, we had our big spike up. Anything that spikes up always spikes down. That's the way it goes. What we want to look at, and we'll use a different color. What color do you want, Dusters? How about green, bright green? This whole period right here, and maybe even back a little further, but literally going all the way back to what? March, okay, which is 6 months. We, during this period, have been building a base of quality people in our community. The foundation, the real foundation. This over here was not the foundation. This was hysteria, fireworks, however you want to. There's a rocket. Want me to draw a rocket for you? There you go. There's a rocket, right? Rocket. It was great. It was fun. We enjoyed it. It was sleepless nights, a lot of adrenaline. This is where a real community is built. This is where a real project is built. And, I'm all over the place right now, but I'm going to say this, and I may get in trouble with some people. You may not agree with me, but I think one of our big secret weapons with UFD is the maturity. Hold on, having a little tech issue. The maturity of our community. We have the most mature. Yeah, we have fun. Yeah, we joke around. I love degen humor. It's great. But this project, right, is about long term, is about really building a community, something good, something that makes a big difference. And we've got the maturity of the people. I just think of, I can name names forever. You know who you are, right? Right? People who aren't just here as tourists, as short timers. People, the people that come, and this is, again, no offense to anyone in crypto, but there's a lot of crybabies. There's a lot of like temper tantrum oriented people that have even come into our project. And, if it doesn't skyrocket in 6 days or 2 weeks or 6 hours, it's like they throw a temper tantrum, like they want to put money into the project and they want it just to skyrocket immediately, right? Which would be, wonderful, great. But that's not the way the world works. If you want something that's sustainable, something that lasts, something that really generates a lot of good in the world, number one, but also a lot of long-term prosperity for the community, it takes time. It takes maturity. And that's what we have. And the reason what hit me with that was, I got a message this morning from Haley, okay, who's one of our community members who's been here, I think since, she said, December 24th. And she just, to me, epitomizes, again, what so many of us are, a very mature person, a very smart person. And that, guys, is our secret weapon. We aren't a bunch of crybaby, trencher, whatever, right? And no offense to anyone who likes to gamble, essentially, in the trenches, but the foundation, and that's fine if you want to do that. But this project, when you're involved in it, this is a long-term, this is a quality-oriented, maturity-oriented project. Let me see if I can pull up Haley. Sorry, I'm doing things. Uh-oh, wrong one. Hold on. Here it is. Make sure I'm sharing my screen, which I am. There's Haley right there, okay? For those of you who don't know her, there's a video. Here, we'll watch just a few seconds of this video.
Anyone that knows me knows that I really don't like video. I don't care for social media. I've been in real estate for 20 years now, and I've had my fellow agents say, Haley, why don't you get into video? Why aren't you posting more on social media? And honestly, it's because it doesn't feel genuine. It doesn't feel real. Therefore, I don't really want to be a part of it. Until on Christmas Eve, I watched one of Ron's videos.
Christmas Eve.
And went fully in on UFD. I'd been in crypto for about 4 years, and just seeing how genuine Ron was, I believe.
All right, guys. Him. So that's the a great example. I don't know, is the word epitome? I'm bad. My vocabulary is not very advanced, but that's a great example of a typical UFD duster. And it's really weird because yesterday I have a skeleton that hangs over in the corner, and I folded up the piece of paper and stuck it between his ribs, and it's there. I'm looking at it right now, and I'm like, what is that paper I stuck in those ribs? And I pulled it out, and it was a picture she'd sent me of her son, who's also a duster. I thought, what a coincidence. And I hadn't heard from Haley for a while, but these are the people that make up our community. The maturity of our community. I know, in meme coins, typically, I mean, we're just different, okay? Because not all, there's some other great communities. I always have to throw that in, absolutely. But a lot of the meme coin communities, let's just say, aren't very mature and are very flighty, very hype oriented, right? Something different, something new every week, every day. And what we're doing in UFD, we do something different, something new every day, but we've got this nucleus of people that makes up what we are, that makes up the project. And the nucleus is evolving. The nucleus is expanding. And guys, here's the simple fact. I'm doing this early this morning, but the reality is, as the nucleus expands, the number of beans in the jug goes up. And since there's only a limited number of beans, eventually we get to a bean shortage. We get to that favorite place that we're all looking forward to. Valhalla. Okay. Hey, back to the big thing. Interest rate cuts. This is more than speculation on my behalf. We know that President Donald Trump wants big interest rate cuts. The government is shut down right now. Let's go out. Let's do this first. Let's go out to Coinbase and talk about the big three questions about, hold on here. All right. Yep. Get that off there. We don't want your ad. 3 big crypto questions for October. And this is going to give us, there's a reason why we want to listen to what they're talking about, because what is happening right now with the government shutdown and the economy could have a major impact on the overall crypto markets. 3 big questions as the crypto calendar turns to October. Now that the crypto markets have navigated the pitfalls of Red September, will this October be an Uptober to remember? Okay, first off, this is interesting. What might the government shutdown mean for interest rate cuts and crypto? Interest rate traders are assigning a 99% chance of another quarter point cut, according to the Chicago Mercantile Exchange FedWatch tool. We've looked at that several times. One big factor could complicate things. The federal government shutdown, which began on October 1st, if the closure is prolonged, it could delay key economic reports that the central bank and investors rely on, including the upcoming jobs report, which should have been coming out this Friday, the jobs numbers for September, and the October 15th CPI report, the inflation report. Okay. A lack of data could, however, actually increase the odds of a rate cutting campaign by not providing the central bank reasons to deviate from the current rate cutting plan. So what they're saying is, if there's no data, right, they can't say, well, inflation's down, or, oh, the job market is creating all these jobs, so we don't have to cut rates. They aren't going to have the data, the ammunition to do that. They're going to likely have to cut rates. But the other thing that they're not talking about here, because they are talking about the potential for massive job cuts in the federal government, it seems like a little war is breaking out in Washington, D.C. If we get major job losses, I think, here's my speculation on this. I think possibly with the current administration, not a political statement in Washington, they want easy money. They want a lower dollar. They want massive liquidity to come into the markets, which will be good for crypto and unicorn fart dust. I'm speculating, but usually I'm right, that what they're doing is almost forcing the hand of the Fed, creating a mini crisis, if you will, to force the hand of the Fed to lower rates and inject more liquidity. We'll see how that all plays out. Okay, the next point, the 2 other things in this article from Coinbase, there's their ad again. Okay, they talk about, is Uptober, is it real, basically? Well, the facts lay out, I think I read the other day. Well, here it is right here. I'll read it to you. Crypto traders love October because it's the spookiest month of the year. has also been one of the most bullish for Bitcoin, which has posted an average October return of 22% since 2013. You can't argue with that. A 12-year data set that has shown a 22%. Okay, leading traders to playfully dub the month October. There's some I guess argument or contention on this point, whether it's just coincidence or whether October. The point remains, October has generally been a very good month for Bitcoin, and by default, crypto in general as well. But the third big question they're asking, and this relates even more directly to Unicorn Fart Dust, is can a wave of ETF approvals usher in a new alt season? The Securities and Exchange Commission has changed the filing requirements for crypto-related ETFs and making it easier. So now we're looking forward to more ETFs from the largest altcoins, Litecoin, XRP, Solana, who is our mothership chain, the chain that we're based on, Dogecoin, which is a meme coin. Okay, interesting. Gosh, I remember when I first got into meme coins, the idea that there might be a Dogecoin meme coin, somebody mentioned that. And it was like, wow, it would be incredible. But no one, I don't think, really thought that it would happen. Guys, we could have an ETF for a meme coin. There's nothing that's going to stop. And let me go back. I'll come back to that. People are talking about the alt season, blah, blah, blah. All right, we'll go there. Basically, the SEC made it easier to create cryptocurrency backed ETFs. But the idea that we could have a meme coin ETF was almost, when I first got into crypto 9 months ago, 9.5 months ago, almost unthinkable. Oh, what I wanted to say is, what's stopping there from at some point in the future being a Unicorn Fart Dust ETF? Won't that be a wonderful day for us to potentially celebrate if and when that comes into focus? More world news. We'll touch on this quickly. Then we're going to get back into Unicorn Fart Dust. Just a quick point here from CNBC with Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent this morning. Breaking news. Treasury Secretary Bessent says the United States gross domestic product could take a hit from the government shutdown. Okay. A couple quick paragraphs in yellow. This isn't the way to have a discussion. Shutting down the government and lowering the GDP, okay, is what Bessent said on Squawk Box this morning. We could see a hit to the GDP, a hit to growth, and a hit to working America. They're setting us up. Excuse me. They're setting us up, guys. I think my speculation, this is part of a plan to force the Fed to cut rates, like I said earlier. Growth in the U.S. has been on an upward trajectory for the past 2 quarters. I think you could, supposedly the GDP, supposedly the economy, everything is awesome, right? Which I think would come as a surprise to the vast majority of Americans. Gross domestic product rose 4%, blah, blah, in red. Though previous government shutdowns have shown little impact on growth, a prolonged stoppage could inflict some damage, particularly if President Trump follows through and permanently fires, and that's the big thing they're talking about now, firing a significant amount. I didn't mean to laugh at that, because anyone getting fired is a traumatic experience. Of the 750,000, a significant amount, federal workers impacted by the current situation. Asked about whether Trump is considering that move to fire employees, Bessent called it a quote-unquote talking point. So it's going to be crazy to see how this all plays out here, guys, in the coming months. Let's get into UFD. Let's talk about our favorite, right? Unicorn Fart Dust, because there is so much going on in our community as we build this solid foundation, a potential launch pad. Don't forget, I'm not a financial advisor. Don't make any financial decisions. Adopt a puppy, get engaged, buy a meme coin, buy a stock, buy a bond, buy silver, buy gold, sell it, do anything based on what I say. But in full disclosure, our horns, do you feel your horn, dusters? Look, right? If you own UFD coins, or as we call them, beans, because they're jelly beans and unicorns eat jelly beans to create unicorn fart dust, okay, you got a horn. let's put our horns together. We got a lot of great things to talk about. Okay. One of which was this post from community member Nick Cook. Nick Cook. All right. He said something interesting. He's watching Dumb Money again. I think that's a movie, and aped more into UFD. But he brought up 3 great points. We are the first most diamond-handed coin on Solana. We saw that data earlier in the week. Right, guys, there is no other Solana meme coin, according to the data that I saw, that has as many diamond-handed hodlers, diamond hooved is what we call them in our community, on the Solana network as Unicorn Fart does. We have the second most wallets with over $1,000 in the pump fund ecosystem. And we have the 3rd largest social dominance on pump. Okay, let's move on here to holder data. More evidence that what we are doing is working. Bullion Duster, man, he comes up with some great analysis. The UFD holder chart tells a story. At first glance, total holders with at 36,000 is trending a little bit down, but take a deeper look. Okay, the number of wallets with over $100 in UFD is climbing. Our top 1,000 holders are accumulating with a high share of diamond and gold holders. And tourist wallets, less than $100 from the January hype, are the ones that are leaving. And here's the insight most will miss. We have 31,000 wallets that hold less than $100. That's 31,000 people who saw UFD in the early hype, joined the community, and now sit on many positions, miniature, small positions. They are not a weakness. They are sleeping giants. Imagine your $100 becomes $1,000 or $10,000. A nice profit with 0 risk. The power of the opportunist who shoots at every meme. So not a weakness, because the next bullish cycle, when attention returns, even a fraction of those 31,000 smaller holders upgrading their position changes the entire equation. We will also see holder base increase massively in the next bull run. So we could have 2 waves coming at us in the same way as January. Holder base might easily go up to 300,000 holders. I like that. UFD will be recognized as one of the largest retail held meme coins. Size matters in crypto. The market rewards coins with a strong and wide community foundation. I love that. That's our foundation. That's our community. Strong and wide. So while the headline number of holders is slightly down, the quality of big holders is going up. And the potential energy of 31,000 mini holders going to 310,000 is massive. Conclusion, after 9 months, a strong core has been formed, a strong nucleus. The tourists are leaving, and the next wave has the power to take UFD far beyond its first all-time high with a holder base like Doge. History shows coins that survived the first hype plus cleanup phase, which is what we looked at earlier on the chart, right? The consolidation phase, don't just come back. They come back stronger, bigger, and recognized. UFD is building exactly that foundation. So think about that, guys. Wow, there were so many great points. The one I want to focus on is this fact that over the last 6 months, as we've gone through this cleanup phase, as he calls it, the short timers, the tourists, bye-bye. Okay, they've been re-buttercupped. A buttercup is someone who does not own Unicorn Fart Dust Bean. So during 6 months, which is an eternity in crypto, the tourists, the short timers, the non-believers, the people who maybe just bought it on a whim, they're gone. Bye-bye. They've been replaced by people who bought beans. I mean, I think if you look at the volume, we have pretty good volume in our coin every single day, right? Day by day by day. The short timers, bye-bye. Give us your horn back. Thank you for coming. You're always welcome to come back when you decide you're ready to stop gambling or doing whatever you do and want to be part of a real community. But as those people left, bye-bye, right? They were replaced by people who were, number one, buying in at a much lower base, but number two, people who really understand what we are doing, want to be part of something big, want to be part of something good. And speaking of good, this weekend we're going to be kicking off something I'm super excited about, the Little Dusters NFT auction, which will be benefiting children's cancer charity, Live Like a Unicorn. Okay, we're taking that upon ourselves. Okay, we aren't affiliated with Live. We're doing this just to show good, to show the world that crypto, that meme coins, that the top meme coin community, the highest quality, most mature meme coin community, can do good. And we're going to show Live Like a Unicorn, right? That wonderful, those people that are going through anything to deal with childhood cancer. That's a horrible, traumatic event for any family to go through. But we're going to show them what we can do and what we can do as a community and do some real good. So there's going to be an NFT auction kicking off this weekend. The NFTs, I think there's around 30 of them, are the artwork that were created by the children of the parents who are in the UFD community. And all the proceeds, 100% of that, will be donated to charity. We're also going to have the same, where all the money will go to charity, multi-sig charity wallet set up, where people can make direct donations if they like. On the 10th of next week, okay, a week from Friday, a week from tomorrow, a lot of dates to remember here. We're going to have a special Spaces, and DJ Litmus is going to have a special show. We're going to raise money. We're going to do good. It's going to feel good. I'm feeling it right now. Are you feeling it? Right? I think this could be really huge, and an opportunity for the UFD community and the entire meme coin community to do something good, not do crazy whatever. And I think it's funny and I like it. I'm not trying to offend anyone, but not do some degen stunt or anything else, but to do something to show the world that there is real value and real quality in meme coin communities. Okay. All right. Next up, Timmy. We may be nice, we may be good, but we aren't going to put up with anything. And we have our inner Timmy. Let's have some fun here, guys, and watch a couple short videos. Time for us to let loose and smile a little bit. Here, hold on. Let me share this with you. Here's some preliminary information. We'll have a lot more coming out, but if you go to my Twitter, what do you call that? Homepage or profile, whatever. I have a post about the Little Dusters. Here, let's just watch a few minutes. This came from our friend Scott Vernon. This is what we'll be auctioning off. Oh, shoot. Hold on here. Oh, what is going on? Oh, boy. No, that's my live stream. We don't want that. I wonder if you can do that. Hold on. Let me see. Can you watch a live stream during a live? Yeah, you can't. Oh boy. We're going to get caught in the matrix here. Let's just do an experiment and see if we can watch a live stream during a live stream. Oh boy. No, that's my live stream. We don't want that. Hey, that was me 10 seconds ago. I wonder if you can do that. Hold on. The matrix. Hold on. Let me see. Okay, can you watch a live stream? Time to go to the other thing. Yeah, you can't. Oh boy. We're going to get caught in the matrix here. Let's just do an experiment and see if we can watch a live stream during a live stream. Okay, enough of that. Sorry, guys. And let's go. I'm 55 years old. All this stuff blows my...
Magic in our hearts. We've got love to share. Every act of kindness.
These are the artworks that'll be auctioned off. Look at that. Little Dusters. Good attracts good, and it feels so right. With unicorn fart dust, our love takes flight. Together we rise. Together we shine bright. Okay, guys, so that'll be on Friday. That'll be exciting. That'll give us an opportunity to do some real good, and we do good, but we don't allow ourselves to be pushed around. We have our inner Timmy, and let me share this with you from our good friend Royal. Got a couple of videos, fun things to watch right now. Here we go. And Timmy, that's Timmy. That's our enforcer. Oh, hold on. Yep, I screwed up. Okay, hold on, guys. Here you go. This is Timmy. Those were the kids' Little Duster art projects, which I didn't know mentioned to you 8 times already. Will be auctioned off starting this weekend. That's Timmy. That's for the people that don't go to the NFT auction. Okay. All right. Sorry about that, Dusters. All right, let's go to the next one here. Oh, another one from Royal. This is a public service announcement, just so everybody knows. Big announcement, especially with the government shutdown. You cannot take unicorn fart dust on an airplane because this is what these currently volunteer workers at the TSA will do to you. And I'm going to share the right tab. I almost screwed that up again, but I didn't. Okay, let's watch this.
Sir, you can't take unicorn fart dust on a plane.
One more time.
Sir, you can't take unicorn fart dust on a plane.
Okay. All right. I didn't fly on an airplane for like 15 years, and I've flown like 6 times in the last 2 years. They make you go inside that machine and it like spins you or spins around you. And I'm like, what are they doing in here? But as long as I get through the line, I don't cause too much trouble. Let's go to the next one here. Oh, this one's from Scott Vernon. I thought this was cute. I really like this, Scott. I don't know if you made this or if you reposted it, but let's take a look at this one. I don't think there's any volume, but like I don't know something about the graphics on this. That don't mess with UFD. Okay. All right, guys. Let's keep up the great work. Okay. We got a lot going on in the community. We've got the best, most solid group of people. Cuban Pete, The Bean, Crypt Wizard, Haley, Scott Vernon, Jack, Resilient Jack, Nate the Great, Elizabeth, Duster, P. Boy, I wish there's a list this long. I know I forgot you. Don't take it personally, but I'm telling you, the people in this community are absolutely Georgie. And I'm forgetting, don't take it personally. Okay. You know, right? We have got like the most mature, high quality people of any meme coin community out there that will serve us very, very well into the future as this community continues to grow. I want you to have a great day. Don't forget, be good to yourself. That will give you, right, a platform from which you can be good to other people. You deserve it. How about joining me in a 3-second smile when I say go? Go! Smile for 3 seconds. Don't you feel better? All right. I'll see you soon. Thank you.